Becky and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different and talk you through my week. I have something to do this afternoon, I have somewhere to go, so I thought I would get ready and you can get ready with me and we can talk through it. So you guys know that I've been doing a few vlogs lately and it's been awesome. I've really enjoyed doing the vlogs. The problem that I have with vlogs is a lot of my life is pretty similar to what I did yesterday and every other day after that. So I kind of feel like you might get a bit bored of me doing the same thing all the time. So I will try and mix it up a little bit and give you a little bit of variety. I'll apologize in advance if there is any issues with the lighting. I am sitting right next to a window, so I'm trying to use natural light because it's easier for me to do that. And sometimes there's some clouds and I can't control the weather, so I'll do what I can. I'm gonna use the mirror just below you just to be able to do my makeup but talk to you at the same time. So this week, it kind of left me feeling a little bit awkward because my last video that I got out, I didn't get to upload. We actually had huge storms in the area all at once and cut out all phone reception. There were huge thunderstorms in the area and I didn't get to upload my video, and the Wi-Fi at home completely lost power. We had a huge power out around here and we couldn't get any way at all to upload a video, and it sounds so ridiculous because I probably should have my videos planned a little better than this, but I tried four times that day to upload that video, and it one got to 56%, one got to 76%, one got to 96%, and one got to 1%. So that kind of goes to show you the level of commitment I have to try and upload for you guys, but also goes to show you how bad my Wi-Fi is. I actually tether it from my phone, like I hotspot it from my phone to my computer, and that generally works pretty well. That's what I've been doing almost the whole time that I've been uploading videos to YouTube. So it's been working really well, but obviously if you have no reception, there's only little that you can do about it. This week I wanted to chat to you guys about what's been going on in my week and why I really struggle to get my life together, to be honest. I feel as though I have a lot of good things in place and day to day it kind of seems to work pretty well, but then there's always this one thing that, like, I never seem to have any consistency, and I really struggle with that. Like, I really want a nice easy routine, but then I also find a routine so monotonous, so I kind of can't win in this scenario, and I always kind of beat myself up about it, if I'm honest, because I don't know why. It's not a very good strategy for self-love, that's for sure, but I just go into these moods where I feel like I should be doing more, or I should be organizing things better, or just never seems to pan out like that. So it can be really infuriating when I don't get content out, or I don't get back to people in time, or I always feel like I'm chasing my tail. And I love my YouTube videos and I love filming them and stuff, but I can't sometimes get the edit out quick enough because my kids don't go to daycare on Monday anymore, and I can't spend a whole day editing a video. Like, some videos can take 2 hours or an hour and a half, you know, to edit, upload, do the thumbnail, and then all the content in that video as well. A video is not easy to make. Well, debatable. It is easy to make the video for me. I don't feel like I struggle with technical setup or anything like that, or like the direction that I want it to go in. But what I struggle with after that is getting all those pieces together, like being able to find the time to actually do the video and then edit it and then upload it and then promote it. You get where I'm going. I'm sorry about that. I really am struggling to work out how I'm gonna best manage my time moving forward, because what I'd like to do and what I'm actually able to do are two different things. So I just wanted to let you know that, because sometimes it just doesn't work out the way I'd like it to, and that's okay. Although I try really hard to make that happen, it doesn't happen every time, and that's also okay. I've been painting black wooden oars to put out the back by the pool for the party this weekend. We've finally got a lot of painting and a lot of the renovations have been finally finished. I think our painter's still here now, and I think he just dropped a ladder and it was really loud. I was riding Baloo this morning and I was having a really nice morning, just pottering around on my horse. We took them out and went to an open field, so we did some cross country, some jumping, which was nice. My jumping saddle on, which I don't get to do very often. I really loved it. I'm in this mind game battle at the moment, so I know I can ride a horse. I'm comfortable riding my horse and other horses, but I'm not comfortable doing things that I've never done before. It's this new challenge where I actually have to physically put myself somewhere and physically do it, and it is kind of scary being on a 600-kilo animal and crossing your fingers and hope you don't die, because literally that's what horse riding is a lot of the time, hoping you don't die. I have fallen off my horse before and I have had a brain injury before. It was actually just before I fell pregnant. I had a brain bleed and I was in hospital for 5 days. Memory loss from the whole day. It was very, very scary. I ended up just repeating the same 4 questions over and over and over again, and Fabian ended up writing me a piece of paper with all the answers on it, and he kept just saying to me, just look at your piece of paper and all the answers would be there. And so anyway, I did that, and when I went in for a CT scan, they took the paper off me, and then I couldn't remember where I'd put it because I'd lost my memory from that day. I was very upset. Took a lot of time to write that piece of paper. So we have our engagement party this weekend, and I've realized that I've forgotten to put people's names on the list and forgotten to invite them. It's not funny, I'm actually really annoyed at myself because I've just had this list for years, and it's had all of our friends and family on it and the people that we invite to all our things that we do, and eventually over that time we've maybe lost some friends or gained some friends, and not all of the same people are on those lists anymore. So I've kind of forgotten to add people over time to those lists, and then when I've sent out the invitation and just said, here's the party, would love to see you there, I've not re-edited the list and added all those people on, so I've kind of forgotten, and it makes me feel bad. So I am doing panic invites and hoping not to insult people when I invite them last minute. It's not a good time. I've basically organized nothing for it. My girlfriend has told me this is what you need to organize in terms of food and drinks and whatever, which has been great, very helpful if I'm honest. So I haven't really actioned that yet. Kind of am wondering about decorations and flowers. Do I need those? Probably not. We were going to surprise our guests and have a boat, like a yacht, pick us up from the back of our house. Unfortunately, that fell through and became rather expensive. So we decided not to do that because the renovations have kind of been chewing into the budget a little bit, which is okay. It doesn't matter, we'll do it another time. Obviously it won't be a surprise then, but that's okay. What I'll end up doing is this video with you guys this week, and then the following week I'll have a vlog of the day of the engagement party and a few shots from that, so that'll be fun. Where am I up to? Cheeks. Put some blush on those cheeks. Loving my makeup drawer, by the way, my little makeup station. I wish I'd used this more often. My issue with this is that you know, the kids can see me from downstairs, so I can't use it while the kids are home. It becomes quite annoying because I can't do anything without mom. I become very dysfunctional very quickly. I'm not sure if you need like a full makeup run through of everything that I'm putting on my face today, but the important stuff is what I'll show you, and the nice new things that I've added to my collection recently that I really love. So I'm trying out the new Esme sunscreen. They sent me this. This is one other thing that I wanted to do with you guys before I post or put any stuff on my YouTube channel, is just if I've been gifted or paid for advertising, or whether I've bought this myself, I will disclose that now, because I feel as though a lot of people are asking for that in, you know, if I'm part of a group online where other people are watching that and they're listening to that and they're wondering the same thing, like, is this paid or is this gifted or have you bought this yourself? I'm quite happy to disclose that. I've never had a problem doing that, but just to minimize any confusion, I'll just let you know from now on whether that's a part of it or not. A lot of the collabs that I do at the moment are obviously only on Instagram, and I mention them here because this is just my life, and I feel very open and honest about a lot of stuff in my life with my YouTube channel. All of the products and stuff that I get given or that I work with on my Instagram are either gifted or paid. I don't have anything on my YouTube channel that has been paid for as of yet to be specifically on my YouTube. Oh, someone's at my front door. But you just never know. So I'll give you full disclosure from here on in. So my Esme products are a paid Instagram collaboration. They have nothing to do with my YouTube channel, but my YouTube channel is all about my life. So I have 3 products to promote over the next 3 months, which are their new sunscreen, which is the Skin Shield Natural Face Sunscreen, SPF 30+ with carrot root oil and hyaluronic acid. The Esme Skin Minerals Bouncy Brightening Silk Booster Mask. I actually have the charcoal one of these, which I also did a paid Instagram collaboration with them. The charcoal one is brilliant, so I'm really looking forward to using this one. And also the Intensive Eye Treatment. This is the little dropper that I showed you guys last week. So I've been shooting that today and this morning. So far so good with my hair. I am struggling to figure out what kind of hairstyle I like to use it with, like what I actually like to do with it, because at the moment I've just let it dry and it seems to be going okay. By the way, in an hour from now, I'm getting a manicure, so that will fix whatever this is. I had like a reverse French manicure with like black tips instead of white, and they've all chipped off. not a good look. I'm gonna try out a new nail place, and then I have a few other things to go to after that. Party planning this weekend is obviously going pretty poorly because I've not done enough or anything at all, truly. I don't have enough time to do it all myself. This week I did a podcast with Emily Skye. She's one of my beautiful friends. We've been friends for nearly, I don't even know, 10, 12 years, something like that. A long time. She's a good girl, old Em. She's pregnant again for the second time. And I am glad that it is not me because I am not a good pregnant person. Sorry, I just adjusted the camera there for you. I'm not a great pregnant person. I didn't love being pregnant, particularly not with two of them at the same time. And I had a lot of problems. I was so uncomfortable. It just wasn't my vibe. So the podcast that I did with Emily was all about toxic friendships. Em and I have been through so much together, and we actually met years and years ago through a mutual friend, and both of us have had different types of relationships with people over the years that have become quite toxic or negative. And so it was a really nice day to just film that podcast with her because it was so nice to see how far we've both come. I'll put a link in the notes in the description box down below so that you guys can check it out if you'd like to. It was interesting. How I felt after filming the podcast was very conflicted. So I can quite easily say how I feel something should be. It's another thing to actually put it into practice, and it's sort of one of those times where you think about something so much and you kind of go, ding, there's a light bulb where I really should be doing something about this, and I really want to change how I am with certain situations. I was bullied a lot when I went to school, and I mean, I don't think there's been a position in my life where I haven't really been bullied or picked on, and that's okay. It doesn't bother me now, I'm all right with it. But when I was in high school, it was really difficult for me to get past those things, and I did struggle a lot. So now to be able to kind of look back on those and feel confident and happy about how my life has turned out and where I'm going and how I feel about those situations now has really changed a lot for me. Filming the podcast with Emily was really eye-opening for me because I felt as though it had taken us back in time to where we were both at a place where I was really vulnerable and insecure, and it really made me reflect on how far I've come and how much good work I've done for myself and how much better I feel about myself now. It's sort of a funny thing to say because I don't know whether I've ever felt like that. I don't know whether I've ever felt as though I've come a long way and I've done that myself. It's a really it's like this feeling of real self-awareness of how I used to think, and now how I think about things is very different. Now my friendship circle is very different too. I don't have a lot of friends that I don't have any friends that I used to have 10 years ago because I didn't have any friends 10 years ago. My first best friend came when I was about 22. So I never had any friends. One of the stories I share on the podcast is about the girls that I went to school with. When I started modeling, I started doing modeling competitions, and I won a Hummer stretch limo ride, and it was awesome. It was so much fun actually. It was free, and it was worth $500 or $600 or something at the time, and I'd won it, and there was free alcohol on board. And I said to my girlfriends from school, I said, do you guys want to come on this because it's going on Saturday and you guys should come along? And they said, oh, we're busy, we've got other plans and other things to be doing. And I thought, well, that's fine, if you've got other plans, that's all good. But the problem came when I went on the limo ride, and then I told my brother that he could bring his friends instead because none of my friends were available and I didn't have any other friends. So he said, yeah, sure, that'd be great, thank you. So I went on this Hummer ride with my brother and his friends, and we all had a great time. And then we went to the nightclub after that at the final destination, and I walked upstairs and all of my girlfriends were there. And I remember saying to one of them at the time, I said, you told me your grandmother was in hospital and that she was sick. So you said you couldn't come. And this is like, the limo ride was like an hour or two beforehand. So it's like, if you couldn't go then, why would you be able to come now? And she said, oh yeah. I made up some lie, I can't remember what she said, but it was pretty atrocious. It was poor. In my opinion, it was a poor lie. And basically, I found out a few days later that they had all constructed a story, so not to tell me that they didn't want me to go to their other party that they had organised, and they'd already organised the party and not invited me. And then I ironically had asked them if they all wanted to come to my gathering, and they were all said, oh no, but Beck's not invited to this party, so we can't all go to that party instead. So yeah, they connived behind my back to ensure that I wasn't able to go to a social situation when everybody else was there, but I wasn't invited. So that made it really clear to me that these people were not my friends and how far I'd come in my life. When I left that podcast, it actually made me feel really weird. It was a bit of a shake-up of a vibe for me because I felt as though I was on the right path and I was doing good and I was feeling good about myself, but then bringing up all those emotions and feeling as though I'd come a long way, it was a strange kind of feeling because I knew that I'd achieved a lot in my life and I know who I am now and where I want to go and what I want to do, but it took me back to that time where I didn't know any of those things, and it was really, really painful, to be honest. It was really painful. It's very nice to know that I'd come a long way. Let's just say that. I've learned a lot of lessons the hard way, particularly one of those ones, having toxic friends and relationships with people. I'm really glad that they've worked out this kind of way because I am who I am because of my experiences, not because of my personality or my makeup or anything like that. I've learned so much along the way and I'm really proud that I've been able to do that and come out the other side of it because it's not been easy at all. So anyway, that's how I felt about the podcast. You should definitely listen to it because Em's got a lot of good stories in there too. It's just a really big eye-opener just to understand that not everybody has like a big sparkly shiny life on the outside. A lot of people have just become that person because they've had to. They've had to be strong and they've had to get themselves through those parts in life. It's just nice to know that there are so many other sides to the story as well. And not everybody has it easy. Em's story was not a walk in the park and she had a good time either. She had a really hard time. There's always a rainbow after the rain. One tragedy that has happened this week is I have lost my other AirPod. I have one. I think a child has taken it. I'm gonna blame it on the kid. Is that bad? Is that bad? I don't know. But yeah, I think Mackenzie or Carter have taken one of my AirPods. It's my left one. I've lost it. I've tried to find my AirPod, but the battery's run out on it. It's very sad, actually. The painter just ding-donged on the ding-dong bell, the doorbell, and he's just finished all the painting on the outside of the house, so it's really nice. We actually ended up getting all of the house on the front 3 sides repainted, so then we don't have to worry about it being painted again. Apparently it wasn't even painted in the first place. How does that even happen? I don't know. So yeah, aside from that, life is going pretty well so far. There's about 3 weeks unless Fabian goes back to work, which is awesome, but also hard work, if I'm honest. I have to do a lot of that stuff by myself. I don't mind doing it. I don't want to do it forever, but obviously the kids are not going to be little forever as well, so that's okay. If they were at school, I think, and they're a bit older, I think the next 12 months are going to be the tricky ones, and then after that, it should be okay. I know everyone keeps saying, oh, terrible twos, it's worse when they're 3. Not helping. Aside from that, everything's going really well. Mackenzie's health is on track. I'm feeling a lot better about everything that I'm doing. I'm feeling a lot more relaxed after the holidays and having a bit of time off as well. We've basically just stayed at home for the most of the holidays. I actually just spoke to my brother and said, we're definitely not staying at home these holidays this year, Christmas this year, 2020. We're gonna go and see the family and spend a bit more time with them this Christmas, I think. 3 years here now, we've done on the Gold Coast without going down for Christmas. I come from a huge family and I miss a huge family at Christmas. All I've ever grown up with is like 20, 30, 40 people around for Christmas Day, and I miss that. Fab's being an only child and moving to New Zealand when he was younger, so he's never really had cousins or brothers, and he doesn't have brothers and sisters, and he's never really spent too much time over Christmas with his cousins or anything. It's complete opposite whether we are alone or whether we are with family. One of us is like not used to it. I think he's had a good run the last few years getting his Christmases, and now it's my turn to go back to the family. So we might just get like a beach house or something and maybe hire it for a week, and then maybe we'll have host Christmas with the rest of my family next year. I don't know. Everything is good for the weekend. I've just got to ensure whoever's coming or not coming tells me so I've got enough food for them, order some food and get some stuff in the works for that. And then I can finish painting my wooden oars and get them hung, hopefully Saturday. And then that'll be nice for the party. Every time we leave Carter at daycare, he gives us this very sad little sad face. He drops his bottom lip and he says this. It's been really nice to have a little bit of time off with the family and to have the kids at home with us, and also to have them at daycare. That's been wonderful. It's been really fun to be able to get back into YouTube again. So this first part of the year that we've had has been really nice to just reset and regroup ourselves. I just think that this year should be a really nice year for us. I don't feel like we're going to be going too crazy, but it should just be nice, hopefully, out of hospital, nice and healthy, easygoing, joyful year. Let's hope. With lots of things to celebrate and a big wedding to plan for next year. So a little update for you guys. As always, thank you for watching. I'm really appreciative of you always being here and supporting me. I'm just really grateful to have this YouTube channel and to be able to talk to you and be really open and just be myself, because that's the best way to be. So if you did like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up right down below, and also let me know what you think in the comments. I always love chatting to you guys, and I try and get back to you as much as I can. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you can get all the notifications as soon as I post a video. Other than that, guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.